we are saying is that this is it organized. This is a corporate organization. You see, it is run by law. The Corporate Affairs Commission. If you are a Corporate Affairs Commission, you have to run it in line with Constitution. There is no way by which you can be a judge in your court. It's not possible. The president runs the organization for 2 years. He's the president in every organization, everything. And at the same time, he presents the report to himself, which is not right. That is what we are saying. You are talking of Pastor, the current LOC. He can appoint anybody, somebody that is agile, somebody that can sit on the board and take decision on his behalf. We are not looking at personality. We are looking at the law. We are looking at what is germane, what is right, what is constitutional. Because if you are doing this type of thing, it's illegal. It's not right. We are in an age where we are all educated. That is the corporate governance, and that is what happens. And that is what we are presenting to everybody. We are young, but to understand what is wrong and what is right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Daddy. So let me also explain that no decision taken at the General Council can never be overruled by the President. It's a general decision. This is a General Council. I can't make any decision. Nobody here can make any decision in a General Council of SCM. This is all of us together are the general decision-making body. I can't veto anything. All we do is direct the proceedings. I just want to make this very clear so that it becomes clear to all of us. Okay, so let's do this voting so that we can move. Where are the umpires? Mommy? Hey, Mommy, it's just because you're a woman that I'm allowing you. Because no woman has spoken. It's been a man's word speaking. Okay, go ahead, Mommy.
No, please, I'm sorry to put us. I didn't really understand what we are talking about.
Mommy, use the microphone.
Excuse me, please. I hope I'm right.
Yeah.
I want to ask a fundamental question, please. Take me as a kindergarten person, if you like. What is the function of BOT? Fundamentally.
Mom is in the Constitution. Don't talk too much, please. Just make it very brief, I beg.
The are custodians and conscience of the movement. What a custodian means, the assets, the liabilities, the visions, the missions, they are the ones that make sure it's protected and is kept from generation to generation, that nobody tampers with them. And as a conscience, they can adjudicate when there are crises and issues in the movement. They can resolve, either internally or externally, they can resolve them.
Okay.
That's their duty.
Okay, so let's do this vote. Where are the staff? No, I'm not taking any other one. I've closed on this. Let's move on, please. So where are the staff? Flora, where are you people now? Okay, so we're going to be voting. Where are the other people? Reverend. Organizer. So we can do the voting. So we are going to be voting for and against. How many of you are counting? Ekesiba, are you counting? Are you counting? Francis, are you counting? So you should take each, let there be 4 of you, each of the rows. Ekesiba, Flora, Francis, who is the 4th person? Who is the 4th person? We need to move. Okay, Akola, why you no talk since now? I don't come see you. Okay, so let's count. If you're voting for, no, I've moved on. No, I moved on. No. Let me, no. Shegun, you're even mixing things up. He's talking about the General Council, not NEC. General Council, yes. By the chairman of the board. No, let me also say this, Shegun. I know a bit of law as well. No, I know a bit of law. Every organization is bound by their constitution, not the CAC. Yes, true. It's what we say should bind us that binds us. CAC gives guidelines. I did law 301. I've not forgotten it, and I've been in the banking for so many years. So are you okay, barrister? Ngwa talk. At least I like your clothes, talk. Talk now. Come front.
President.
But don't be doing this your thing when we are moving forward, though.
I'm very sorry. The fact is, it's no more a concern as to whether we want the BOT to do this or not do that and with CAC. The question is powers of the national president. I'm coming. If you say the BOT...
You are going to another dimension. Go ahead.
You say the should preside at the National Council meeting, then it means that for the purpose of all we need to do, we will also need to review a lot of the powers of the national president to reflect that. That's the first point. The next, in all, what I don't want to say faith-based, NGOs, the BOT is said to be the conscience of the organization, I agree. But it is not given the administrative powers to run that organization. The essence is that CAC wants to deal with persons because NGOs are not natural persons. So that if anything happens, we want to know who to hold, who to call. So the incorporated trustees of SCM sue them, but they don't run the organization. If we now stay here and say we want the BOT to run the ministry, you've ceded it to them. It's anathema.
I think let's move forward. You know, I say that I don't want too much talk. Hey, Jesus. Okay, mommy, go ahead.
Please, instead of wasting time, let's status quo remain. Let status quo remain. At least I know that English. You don't know what status quo remain means?
No, mommy, I know that one.
So, it's like when we are talking, because I think that this one is becoming like a political matter. Let's drop it for now, for the sake of peace.
Mommy is saying, let's drop this discussion for now, for the sake of peace.
The president and the House, in addition, there is a small loophole. There should be means where the Board of Trustees and the National Executive should be meeting and reporting. That gap seems to be there. It's not for trustee our Baba to be running affairs of SM by now. So rather, don't let us vote, man. Rather, let's refer it back to trustee and the National Executive to arrange how they will be putting cross-checking notes. God will help us.
Okay, so Baba is saying that instead of voting, let's step. She's a member of the trustee. Actually, she and Mommy Odeni are the only members of trustees here. One of them has said, step down. Where is Mommy Odeni? Where is Mommy Odeni? Hey, Mommy is working. She's the chairman of Eleko. And I think since she's the only trustee here, we'll step it down because she has spoken. Is that carried? resolutions. Okay, so we'll quickly move to the other items that we need to. I actually have them here on my phone. Sorry, can we have one now? This kind God, other one no day. No, give me. Okay, so we have the. Sorry, can we have one house, brethren? One house, please. Media, can you the document of yesterday? Media, can you project? Why they are projecting? We'll take them. It's been numbered. They have some sub. Please, can we listen so that you can hear? The first constitution review suggestion is that the qualification for a national vice president, one is that he must have served as a branch secretary or president. Two, must have served as a zonal coordinator. Three, must have had a good track record and approval from the sector. So can we have one or two reactions? I have a reaction from here. I think I have a problem with the fact that he must have served as a zonal coordinator. I think that's a bit limiting because zonal coordinator, the last time I checked, there are about 4 of them per time. And that's like limiting the VP thing to just 4 of them. I don't think that's too good. That's for me. That's my own reaction. Do we have any other reaction? Yes, Daddy? 2. So I have 2 hands counted. Yes, sir. Where is the microphone? No.
Thank you very much, the President.
Yes, sir.
By God's grace, I once served as a coordinator because I was the president of my branch. So as the president of that branch, I serve as a coordinator for several institutions.
ATICs, yeah.
Yes, ATIC. Now, I think we need to get certain things correct. ATIC, the vice president of the movement, actually, we are preparing such a person for the future. So it's an opportunity for this person to learn.
That's true.
And when you now say that this person must have been branch president or zonal coordinator, then we are saying that this person must be either is in his final year or he has graduated.
Okay.
I'll say this. Somebody comes in 100 level, he's just getting, maybe they have not even won him into the fellowship. Now 200 level is just getting to know what this fellowship is all about. Probably we are still taking him around and saying, this is what SCF does. Now 300 level is probably becoming an ESCO member. Now being a president of a branch is a lot. Especially if you are the coordinator of a zone. You have a lot in your hand to deal with. Now true. Saying that such a person should be the one that will now vie for vice presidency, I think we are not being realistic. For me, I think, again, coming with the mindset that the sector must approve such a person shows that the sector must have interest of the students. So if that is the case, the sector can say, we have observed this person. He has leadership quality. We believe he has a lot to contribute to SCM, not just at the branch level, but at the national level. So the sector can say, even though this person is on 300 level, we can push him forward. Because we believe he's going to be an asset to the movement. Rather than for us to say no. Because I guess somebody could have made a mistake or committed an error. And we felt, let's just throw this thing out. I don't think it is right. Let's leave it as it is. And as what? It doesn't have to be a former president or a zonal coordinator. This is ATIC. And I hope ATIC will not just sleep on this.
Okay, thank you. And I think from our current constitution, by the virtue of the electoral proceedings, you can't just come and be vying for VP if your sector is not nominating you. somebody has to nominate you from your sector. So that's how it usually works. So from Daddy's point of view, he's saying that he doesn't think it's right. He made the analysis, and I think I even see more reason what he's saying. And because this proposal says the person must have served. That is even thinking the person should be in the office. And most of the time, after a president has served, most of them, if they are not medical students, have entered final year. And in our constitution, final years before now serve, we are not even eligible. It's just recently that we began to mellow down on that. We don't throw it up again. We just say a student. So what he's suggesting is that we should also drop this and don't move it forward. Is that okay? Okay, let's hear from two of you.
No. Thank you,
yes.
President, man. I believe that we should date. I was national vice from 2002 to 2004. And between myself, there has been at least another 5 or 6 in between. From now till that, my history and even further back, I do not think that this was even a problem. That somebody became national vice who was not any of this. It looks to me, without going into the detail, that we are using a single occurrence to try to make a constitutional position. And that's okay, so that we can improve our process. I believe, therefore, if you are asking our position, I believe, in agreement with earlier speakers, that nobody should come to be national vice who has not served either as a branch president, a branch secretary, or a zonal coordinator. But I do not agree that they have to have been this and this and this, because if you do that, it's like saying someone should come and apply for a job, should have 20 years experience, and should not be more than 25 at the time they are applying for the job. And I do not agree, ma, that it's in our constitution. And you are not eligible. I got into office.
No, I said it was in our constitution. At least I'm older than you in SCM.
Yes, you are, ma. Noted. So I agree that we are, putting people up for future responsibility, but I want us to put that provision in the constitution. But let's add practical.
Anyway, from your data too, you don't have all the facts. We have people who have started as VP who were none of these. Yes. No, it's not just one. I think we might just vote.
No, President, before we vote.
No, because initially it was that the House agreed that which is what I don't want, because most of what you said agreed with Ida. I don't want us repeating things. This repetition will keep us here. I've been a prophet before. I don't want my prophecy to come true. You don't have to tell me, I know. But this one, this is night. We have not reviewed Constitution. We've not moved to the other one. Bros, let's be wise. Okay, no wahala. Well, let me start from mommy again, because all of you are men. Yes, Daddy.
I looked at all the hands up. They are all senior friends. I think we are getting it wrong.
Exactly.
We are getting, if we run it as students, and we are still running it now, SCM is a dead movement.
Tell me, Daddy.
You students, this is your business. It's not for us. It is not for senior friends. Where are you? You are quiet. They are talking about acting. And I don't see any student up. If it continues like this, take my leave.
Thank you. Daddy, God bless you. You're a senior friend. Keep quiet, friend. Let me talk to those in school. So I'll take 3 Kadiri. Just hold on. I'll take 3 students. Yes. Please stand up. The 3 students. 1, 2. Where's the third person? You're just raising your hand. I saw, okay, stand up. So 2 of you. Come forward. So we'll just hear from 3 of them and we'll move forward. I don't think some things should actually take us time.
Praise the Lord house.
Okay.
One house, please.
Yes.
Okay, concerning the issue that was proposed just now, well, I'm Ibukun Oshutogun. I am Ibukun Oshutogun. Yes, I'm a student of OAU, Obafemi Awolowo University, final year 2. I've once served as the branch.
Speak up, speak up. Hold the mic. Your voice. Okay.
So I've once served as the branch leader here. So for a student to become a national vice president with those 3 qualifications that was listed, you must have a good review from the branch, from the zone itself. You must have been a zonal coordinator, if I heard it right, and he must have served in the office of a...
No, just tell us, are you for this or against?
No, I'm against it.
You're against it, Chikina, my sister.
Also against it.
You're also against it. Why?
Because I believe that it's very limiting. Because SCM is a place where students are allowing people from the second universities to run as vice president, a platform to learn. Limiting it to people who already have these experiences. You are not allowing members of the ACTI to participate in the executive council.
Okay, thank you very much. Sister, are you for or against?
I'm for it that the ACTI chairman should actually have those characteristics.
No, hold the microphone, yeah.
Yes, he should actually have the characteristics, because for him to have served as a secretary or the zonal coordinator makes him capable for him to speak to us students. Because we don't want someone that will come and be talking to us like a baby. Do you get what I'm saying? So we want someone that already has this leadership, characteristics in the person.
Looks like this microphone is not working. It's okay, I've heard you. She's for it. But the truth is that there is one fundamental issue we are still not looking at. Most of the courses in our universities are 4 years. And most presidents, at the least, is their 3rd year they become president. So by the time they have served, they have entered final year. That is only, and they are running and doing their projects. And that means it is probably their final year, there might not be year. They will not be eligible again to serve. I don't think we should cage ourselves. But if we are still arguing on this, let's cast a vote. Let's cast votes. Okay, Atik. Let me hear from Atik, the current Atik chair.
Thank you, sirs. Actually, in the ATIC Code of Conduct, it is stated there. So what happened in the Constitution Review was that they placed that phrase that is in the Code of Conduct to the Constitution Review. Because I am the president that came on board without serving as the president and secretary. Meanwhile, by voluntarily and by election, not normal election, by appointment, I became Oyo Osun sector zonal coordinator by default, which it was not open to everybody. That is why I was appointed as the ATIC chair, as someone to run for the ATIC office. Now, what I want to say is this. There's somebody from EY who was one time a FinSec and also a zonal coordinator, who also became the national vice president by history. So this is my own ground. Pastor Manuel Egoa. So for me, I think this phrase of the Constitution should be looked at intently, very well. Because number one, we will not be giving chances to groom proper leaders. We will not be giving room to train people. And it will not be now, for example, what National President said, according to the years. When I was coming in on board, my predecessor had no successor. at that moment. Because most of the people that were his zonals and people that were in the neck, as he said, that could handle this thing, were already a graduate. And the problem started from making neck Zoom. So people that are supposed to learn at first hand, they are not always available at this. So I think that constitution review should be looked at intently. Thank you.
Or against? This your speaking is here and there now. Abi? No, but his justification was. Have you put in? Let's cast this vote. And I think, let's cast this vote. Wisdom. Okay, I didn't see your hand. You're this way. Can you come front and use the microphone, sir?
I'm Open Wisdom from Rivers Sector, and I hereby move a motion that this point be stepped down because there are too many loopholes in it. For example, the last point says that the sector president must give approval of that person. I'm not okay with that. I'm a sector president, but if not okay, anybody from the sector who feels this person has a capacity to lead as the acting chairman can nominate. And then the sector president can be communicated that this person has been nominated and that person can go on and serve and do the law's bidding. But stating that the sector president must give approval, what if as a sector president I'm not okay with letting my assistant go and I want him in the sector? That means he's not going to serve. So I think we need to step down and move to other matters instead of voting on this. Thank you.
Yes. No, let Baba talk.
The House, please. The House.
Baba needs to talk.
Yes. Our national president and the House. From observation, already there is indirect voting. This issue affects Arctic. We sampled 4. 3 are against, 1 is for. So indirect voting. So they have it because it affects them directly.
Okay, that is saying that the Arctic we called, 2 were against, 1 was for. 3 were against, 1 was for. Okay, yeah, he's also part of it.
Well, let me make 2 comments from the perspective of the Constitutional Review Committee. We received this. We don't know I don't know the person that forwarded this to our chairman, our chairperson, that is Uncle Bray. But she circulated it with us, and we deliberated on it extensively. And we deliberated on it extensively. At the end of the day, we decided to present it to the council. Okay? Now, the serving ATIC chairman cited that in the code of conduct of the ATIC, that was where this thing was lifted from. So maybe they were the ones that even forwarded it to us. I don't know. But I've been an ATIC chairman as well. I think I'm the oldest ATIC chairman here in this room. By the grace of God, I served as national vice president 2002. By the grace of God, I led 9 zonal coordinators across Nigeria. By the grace of God, I handed over 250,000 as at 2002 to Sonio. Now, we had 9 zonal coordinators that worked with me. Shegun, Sonny is one of them, and 8 others. Eis was also one of them. Now, the agency was so strong that we became, let me use the word, because this council, this is a family. We became a threat. to some senior friends in the SCM. Some fathers in this movement called me names at that time. The person that shielded me to the glory of God was Elder Bimbola. Elder Bimbola will always say, they are our sons, they are our daughters. Let them have their way. We launched the Northern Trust. It was not National SCM that launched the Northern Trust. We launched the Northern Trust. But today, the ATIC has only 2 functional zones out of the 9. 2 reasons that we saw. Somebody talked about statistics. The average enrollment age today is far lower than when we were in school. So the people that get to final year that vie for this post, they are teenagers, and not just teenagers, they are not yet emotionally even stable to be able to do some of the things that we're asking them to do. But my advice from the, so we presented this, I haven't discussed it, all these things we discussed it at committee level. My advice is this, based on what the president and some few elders, that these conditions may be too limiting, but some of them are necessary. The wisdom approval for ATIC nomination, not because if a student has a fallout with the secretary president, he can refuse to nominate him. So it's not secretary president we're talking. My sector nominated. Some elders then were and said no, let him come out. So it was the sector, not the president. That's what this thing is saying. But I'm saying that because there are no zonal structures now, and the SCM should give the zonal structure a time to be rebuilt again, we can remove that provision and maintain the provision of let the person have served on the leadership of the branch. He may not necessarily be a secretary or a president, but he must have served before. Thank you.
I think that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. I think I actually agree with better explanation. The person would have been a leader in the campus group, and then will strike out the zonal matter, but retain the sector. I think that makes sense. So if those that agree with these amendments, let's have a yay. Those against, let's have a nay. The yeas have it.